my name is Ms. Moore, and today I'm going to be doing a simulated lesson. As you can see, there's no students in the classroom. Just myself and my camera person, Josephine. Today, the simulated lesson hopefully will help you prepare for your ED, TPA, and special education. First, let's meet our student. This is Jane Monroe. Say hello, Jane. Hello. It is her IEP that I used to help plan this lesson for today. Okay, let's begin. The first thing you need to have up on your board is the learning objective, the title, and the New York State and Common Core standards. I also add the essential question of the day. Okay, these things you need to keep on your board, one for the students, yourself, and also for administrators. They come into the classroom, they know exactly what you're doing, what you're teaching, what your students are learning if it's on the board. So leave it up on the board throughout the lesson. I always put it up with tape because I use my smartboard for my students. Technology is very important in my lessons. So always have those up. When planning for a lesson, the first thing you need to do is look at your student's IEP. It is the most significant piece of information that you have. This is Jane's IEP. In New York City, we use thesis. That's where information about the students is uploaded and we download information. Here you'll find so many different things. For example, you'll find academic achievements, functional performance, and learning characteristics. Here I can look and find out my student's sight word level. She's on 3rd grade level. Her comprehension is approximately 1st grade level. And I can find out that she has difficulty recalling facts and making logical inferences, drawing conclusions. That's very important. I also can find out about her present levels of performance and individual needs. My student's strengths and preferences and interests. She likes to read independently. She works best in smaller groups. And that she works at a slow pace in ELA and math. So that's something that we need to work on increasing. It tells me about her social development, that this says that she's behaving better now. Her behavior plan is working. Her physical development talks about, and her management needs. Management needs, just circle it. You need to know that. It tells me right here, her tasks need to be broken down in smaller components. That's very important for a lesson plan. It tells me about she needs frequent reminders to remain on task. She needs verbal praise and encouragement, and she needs tangible rewards. These things are pertinent to your lesson plan, so make sure you have them. After that, I'm allowed to put together my lesson plan. My lesson plan has the standards of the day that I'm going to be using for today. It tells me right here, my pre-assessment says, what did I use to find this out? I used my IEP, Acuity, and a snapshot. That is what I use to plan the lesson. It talks about the task descriptions, and it goes on and tell you how I broke down my students into tiers. Based on the IEP, based on the other assessment I've done, I'm able to break them down into tiers. After going through all that, now I'm able to select certain handouts that are going to be productive for my student. For example, she has problem recalling facts, recalling events. I'm going to use a graphic organizer. Here it has a question. We'll go over it as a class. We'll look over the text, and we'll plug in information. This is going to help her recall her facts. I also have another chart here that helps her organize information. It also gives her the standards, a rubric, examples of what she should be writing, and this way she can plug in what she needs right here. Also another important thing to have. I also have here another sheet where she's reading text. She could actually just write down different things she's finding in the text, providing evidence about what she's seeing. This way she can refer back to that when she decides to finally do the summative assessment, which is going to be an essay. Here's a glow and grow. Remember always to encourage your students. They said she needs praise. She needs verbal praise. So here I have a glow and grow. On the glow, I talk about how wonderful she's doing. And on the grow, I talk about what we can work on. Very important. And I have several other different handouts here. So moving forward, after preparing your lesson, after completing everything you've done, then you need to just make sure that your student is understanding things. Make sure you're doing assessments throughout your lessons. Normally when I go home, if I plan a lesson, I always run it past my family. Why? Because I'm able to see how they're taking the lesson. It gives me an opportunity to assess, reflect, and possibly modify my lesson before I give it to my tailored learner, focused learner. Okay? So When I was doing EDTPA, one of the things that really challenged me was the language. I was unfamiliar with the language. So what did I do? I looked in the back of the book to the glossary, and it had an excellent glossary that had definitions, and it really explained what you need to know. I also went on the internet. So I encourage you, use your resources. Use the glossary, use the internet, talk to your professors, talk to other teachers. These things will assist you in completing your EDTPA. Always use visual aids when you're teaching in the classroom. That's something I always do. And always make sure that your student is working that you're working with your student based on your IEP. Always challenge your students, challenge yourself, and I know you'll do well. I wish you all the best.